Milking dairy animals with two toddlers and a newborn doesn't come without its challenges, but I'm here to say that it is doable. Hey, I'm Brienne from Camp Quarter Wild, and somehow, yes, somehow, I milk our dairy animals every day on our homestead. Today, I am taking you along on my morning routine with hopes to not overwhelm you, but give you a realistic picture of how it may be done. Personally, I always laugh when I have people from the outside looking in and ask me, how do you do it? We're in this phase with our family where we have two toddlers, a 2-month-old, and a whole lot of responsibility in our day. Mamas, I'm speaking to you out there. We can either put our lives on hold until we get a moment to take a breath, or we can find a way to include our kids alongside with us and give them the very opportunity to experience life alongside with us. Every morning after my husband heads out the door to work, I pack up the kids to head outside and milk all 6 of our dairy goats. We had first got into dairy goats when we were very early on in our marriage, and it was actually the very first animal that we had purchased. I cannot tell you how many times we have come so close to throwing in the towel with our dairy animals. And that, my friends, is right where the slope got slippery. We were like, well, we have to. We already have to be here morning and night anyways. Why don't we go ahead and get more? Why don't we have more so then we have more product to then process down in the kitchen? Needless to say, we definitely were not prepared for the increase in herd size. What once was a simple one-man job had now become a two-man operation. The challenge being we were milking by hand at the time, and frequently during my pregnancies, I would go through these phases where my hands would go numb. So it was almost impossible for me at times to effectively get the job done. Dairy animals is one of those things where monetary wise, it's probably doesn't make sense. It's never going to add up. And that is where we really had to stop looking at this as just a couple gallons of milk. And we more so had to shift our perspective, not just from the product that we were getting, but the lifestyle that it was creating for both ourselves and our children. We live in a world which is increasingly driven by success, maximum productivity, and then, of course, instant gratification. In this, I can't help but feel that we are losing intangible qualities that are slipping away across generations. And these aren't commodities, that you can purchase. Rather, they are gained through personal relationships and effort. As a mom, these are things that I wrestle with as I see this world around me moving faster and faster and faster. Honestly, I can't help but feel this need to just slow down. And I'm not speaking from a place where I have something against efficiency or purchasing something which is going to make your time more efficient. Rather, I'm more so looking at the big picture as a whole. As a mom, I wrestle with these things. If we are failing to pass along traditional values which lay heavily on work ethic, genuine human connection, contentment, simplicity, and curiosity, that I can't help but wonder if we have begun to lose sight. As I hold those things in my mind, I can't help but feel the need to pull my kids in alongside with me, to brighten their eyes, to see the reward which comes through hard work and perseverance. Now, I'm not going to lie, this can be a great challenge. There are countless times in my day which I could say no to my kids as they express interest in working besides me. Because let's be honest, what was once maybe going to be a 10-minute task is now probably going to be a 30-minute task minimum. The truth is, there is no easy way through, and there certainly are days where it will tax you. So you may as well slow down, adjust your expectations, and find a way to be intentional. Most days, it is just a choice. You could laugh, or you could literally scream. Unless, I'm the only mother out there who's ever gotten overwhelmed by the task of raising littles. The other day, when I was out milking, I had my very recently potty trained son, and he comes yelling up to me, yelling, "Poop, poop!" And in my mind, the way he's acting, it's like, oh, crap, he doesn't have to poop, he already has pooped. Anyways, so I drop everything that I'm doing, go off running, hold open the door for him to the house. I turn around and he has become completely distracted by checking out some chicken poop on the driveway. If that doesn't resemble my life sometimes as a mother, then I don't know what else does. Yeah, this right here, I think, is the very example which could be the perfect excuse for ourselves in our minds to set our children aside while we just try to focus and get done what we need to get done in a day. The important thing to remember, though, in these core years is that we are laying the groundwork for the future. The reality is you can't do everything. And most things which you do pursue won't be efficient. However, that won't be forever. And I hope that we as mothers can one day look back and reflect upon these years and see that our efforts were not wasted.